So, I hear we're into some of the same stuff.
You're about to join Jon
and Eric
as we explore said stuff.
Really bad movies, Sega Genesis,
Sports and girls. The interesting aspects of pop culture.
and we'll answer listeners' mail because you have so much to say.
You are listening to
A sophisticated conversation.
Greetings and welcome to episode 18 of Podcast Revolution. I'm here with Eric, who's being oddly quiet right now.
18!
Alright, there he goes. And we have our special guest who's shaking his head right now, Davi. Davi, how you doing?
I'm doing alright. Wish I could be drinking right now, but...
Maybe you should introduce the audience to Davi. I don't think they know who he is yet.
Alright, he's our friend Davi Raimundo.
Unlike Cages, you'll probably like Davi.
Oh, everyone loves Cages. What are you talking about?
Except some of the hate mail we got about
Well,
Cages.
we'll get to that later. That's our little tease. Yes, Cages did get some hate mail, which we'll refer to later. But, yep, so Davi, he's our Brazilian friend who's currently serving in the Army National Guard, is it?
Yep.
So, why don't you tell us a little about yourself, Davi?
I hate everyone.
He hates it. That's a great start.
Yep.
Nice.
Work at United. And I'm married. What else can I say?
So, your life's over.
Yes. Pretty much.
You got a lot to look forward to, John.
Yeah, pretty much. So, yeah.
You're not listening to this. That's good.
Speaking of marriage, before we started, Davi had a few good pointers for John, who, if you've been listening, you know that the countdown's on. It's August. It's 24 more days and technically 3 hours until...
So you're counting for him, too? We've been making fun of him every day for counting.
No, it's...
And you're also doing a countdown? Come on.
Absolutely. So, it's a big day. Davi, what should he look forward to on this big day?
Like you said, your life is going to be over. It's going to be good for the first month or so. After that, it's just downhill, buddy.
Why is the first month or so good? Is it more fun? Is everyone happy? I mean, what causes it to go down?
Well, you got the honeymoon. You have the honeymoon phase, as it's called. And then what happens? How's it go out of control?
You're still a little numb from the wedding, so...
Well, you drink a lot, right?
Sort of.
But if you lived together before, wouldn't it be the same as after, kind of? Or is it different?
It's different.
It's different, okay. How is it different?
They change.
First one is they. I like that. That's a collective group. I enjoy that.
I noticed your wife didn't come down to the studio with you tonight.
She's taking care of the kids.
She's taking care of the kids. And by kids, you mean your dogs.
I like that.
And that's all you're going to have for kids for a while, I hope.
3 years.
3 years.
3 years.
That's the plan.
I feel like that's the magical number when people get married. They're like 3 years. 3 years.
We're saying 5.
It's more towards her age.
Really? I'm saying never.
You're saying never?
It ain't going to be the first one between all of us.
Yeah, I'm the only not gonna be non-married guy here, so I guess I don't have to look forward to that one day.
Well, he's not on the show every time, but Cages is your competition now.
Oh God, I think I'm gonna beat Cages. So I think I'll be married before Cages.
I wouldn't doubt it. I'd bet in your favor.
Although you never know with Cages, he might find that right girl might be listening and into guys who need to use a whole bottle of sunblock when they go in the sun.
That sounds familiar. Not me.
So it all goes downhill. So apparently, John, you have nothing to look forward to.
Hey, don't get me wrong. It's good.
Okay.
If you're listening to this, honey, it's all good. I love you.
Good catch, Davi. So Eric, what have you been up to since our last podcast?
I've been manning the fort at my house and just chilling out and enjoying really my last month when I think about it, because summer is, to me, June, July, August, and kind of end of May. And really, this is kind of my last month to kick back and relax a little bit because.
Well, you're an adult. You have to work all year round. What's so different?
Well, I'm gonna start preparing for grad school eventually. I'd like to go in probably about 5 years, but I'd like to get some of the testing out of the way in the next year to 2 years. So I'm gonna start studying for that, and because I'm a dork, and just getting ready for that. I don't know, just kind of chilling out a little bit, getting ready for that. The summer, I generally have more fun, go out, and the fall is usually a little more of a relaxing period. Winter, I kind of get out a little more in anticipation of the summer, and it's a cycle. So it's that's the year of Eric right there.
Sounds like a great year.
Oh, it is a great year. How about you? What's new?
Well, for this weekend, I did a lot of outdoor activities. I went kayaking with Davi. And actually, it was pretty interesting. Davi said it was the first time he went kayaking where there wasn't a village underneath him. Do you want to explain that, Davi?
Sure thing. Well, every time I've kayaked so far, it's been back in Brazil. And something I've always looked forward to is the city flooding. And we always went kayaking once all the houses were underwater.
So people's lives
Wow.
were ruined, and their houses and everything were destroyed. But Davi looked forward to it because he got to go kayaking.
Hold on. We had a good excuse for it. We were doing the security on the houses that were no longer occupied by people because they're, flooded. So we're there to secure the things that somewhat were still in their house.
And you just had fun while you did it.
Right.
So it would flood every year? Or is this like an annual
It was,
event?
there's a big area down in that city that little, it was like south of the river and basically it would rain a lot and that part of the city would always flood. About sometimes anywhere from a foot to, I think we had 7-10 feet once. So.
Did you do some snorkeling while you were there?
Hell no, that water's not. I don't want to do that in that water.
It's probably like piranhas and stuff in that water. Yeah, that's some good times. Maybe, hopefully, marriage won't be as bad as a village underwater.
But apparently, even when a village is underwater, you can have fun.
Yes.
So you can find fun in any situation. You just got to look at it from a different scope.
Right.
And Davi, one thing that Jon is very nervous about is dancing because he sucks at dancing. He is notoriously awful at dancing. Like Jon is literally the worst dancer of all time. So
I don't think so.
So, do you have any tips for Jon? Because he wants to look good at the wedding. He wants to impress everybody. What should he do? Because he's terrible at dancing.
That might be a bit of an exaggeration.
He is awful at dancing. Absolutely horrendous. He's worse than Cages.
Well, we haven't seen him dance yet. We gotta wait till.
Watch Cages be like incredible, like spin on his head and like do all this like crazy.
He does have good balance.
Like I said, he surprises you.
It's very simple. Don't dance.
I never thought about it like that.
Well, what should he do instead of dancing? Because
don't dance. Don't even put the dance floor. If there's no dance floor, they don't think of dancing.
Then why
do like I did? I did it on the grass. How the hell am I gonna dance on the grass? Can't do that.
That's a good point.
I put my foot down like we're not dancing.
Unfortunately, we've already booked a hall that has a dance floor.
It's never too late to
put something else on the floor. I don't know, put rubber.
I could put a big twister mat on the floor. We can play Twister instead.
Put a swimming pool.
Either that or put enough tables that it occupies a dance floor.
Why doesn't anyone have a pool party wedding? Wouldn't that be awesome?
Or you know what would be cool? An ice wedding. Where you
ice wedding,
If I was on the ice or rollerblades, I have moves there.
I'm sure if you have enough money, you can turn that dance floor into an ice rink.
I don't have enough money, though.
I like the ice wedding. You go to like a frozen pond in the winter. You have the ceremony out on it. Everyone freezes their ass off, but then it's fun. You can like play hockey, go ice skating, and make snow angels.
Well, usually the husband and the wife is the one, that's usually really hot in a wedding. So that will be a good temperature for you and cold for them. Hey,
that's true. It's gonna be like 1 billion degrees, and you're gonna be in a big heavy suit.
Yeah,
have fun.
And if I take Davi's advice and drink beforehand,
you're gonna be really hot.
Yeah.
What time is your wedding?
5:30.
5:30.
So what time should Jon start drinking for the wedding?
I started about 2 hours earlier.
Beer or wine
Just
or
beer,
just
yeah.
beer.
So were you like intoxicated when you were like taking your vows and stuff, or were you
Not
just...
exactly. No.
No.
Maybe that's why you went through with it.
I wasn't rocking.
I never knew you can like drink before a wedding. Is that like normal? Like I don't know much about weddings. I've been to like 2 of them in my life. They're both for relatives.
Well, I don't know. The guy is usually visible like around the place, and the girl is off in her little room. You have no idea what they do in that room. They could be drinking a lot. You don't know.
That sounded very wrong.
That sounds like an awesome room.
You stay out of that room.
A group of chicks.
Stay out of that room.
A group of chicks drinking.
The way I looked at it was, when my dad got married, his buddies no, it wasn't his buddy, it was his, at the time, his bride's friends had to come to the bar across the street to pick them up because it was already half an hour late to the wedding because he was so drunk. I figured if I started about 2 hours early and not drink too much, I'll be able to still, function for the party. Not only that, you're going to deal with a lot of people. You guys said 100 people, right? That's a lot of people.
Yeah, you got to walk around, say hi to everybody.
And like I said, get like a room just for the 2 of you to eat. Disappear for like 15 minutes to eat, or you will not eat.
Really? You won't eat like...
No,
You
every
won't
wedding
get the
I got,
opportunity.
I went to one a few weeks ago. The groom was so hungry. He was so hungry, and they couldn't eat.
I stopped at Wendy's after the wedding. When I went home.
Did you go in with like your tux and everything? That's awesome.
Did you go in or just do the drive-thru?
We went in.
Did you have the dress on too?
Yeah.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
You know what's funny is that in this 12-minute segment so far, I think Davi has said more than Cages has in 12 episodes.
KJ's, you're fired. That's fun. Did Wendy's give you free food? Because if I was the person working the counter, I'd probably pay for your food. I would only hope they would.
No, they didn't. They didn't. I don't get much food free from them anymore, so.
You go there a lot?
I do.
Well, one good thing about a wedding, John, is it's kind of like Christmas. You get a bunch of presents, right?
That's true.
I mean, some
You
of them
do?
suck, but
It's got money. I can definitely say.
Money's just as good.
I feel like wedding presents are kind of like the presents you got from your grandma when you were 8. It was like a pajama set, and you're like, "Oh, this sucks."
It's funny when we did our registry, the woman kept wanting us to get towels, and we have 15 sets of towels already, and people got us towels even though we didn't put it down. And the woman kept getting mad at us for not wanting towels. We don't want towels. Don't give us towels. If you're listening to this, do not give us any goddamn towels.
I'm gonna get you like 30 towels for your wedding.
I'm gonna wipe my ass with them.
You're gonna go to Walmart. There's a little 10-pack of face towels.
Yeah, you
You're
get
gonna
that.
buy like 100 of them.
I'll get everybody to get you towels.
I don't know what to say.
But then there's like with weddings though, it's like you have the wedding presents, but then don't you get other presents too? Isn't there like the bride has like a present party, and so there's like
Well, the bridal shower, yeah.
Yeah.
what do they get at bridal shower? Is it
Isn't
just
that
more
when
wedding
they're supposed
parties?
to get their things? We didn't
Yeah,
do one,
that's-
so
Yeah, that's what most of the registry went to.
half of my family
Yeah.
got paid for the wedding, so I'm not gonna, ask for more.
See,
Yeah.
I feel the girl gets everything in a wedding. First of all, they get the wedding. I mean, you get the suit, and that's about it. They get everything else.
You get the suit? I rented mine. What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, you get that's all. That's the only part that you're involved in is saying things like I do and wearing things. Other than that, you have no say.
Well, what's the problem?
Unless you're broke. Like
No, I'm just saying it would be nice if, like, I don't know, they should be like a man's shower and you get like Bruins tickets.
That's well, that would be kind of cool, but I don't think I'd be comfortable having a man shower.
Yeah, that sounds a little gay.
The women get the men get the bachelor party, and women still have bachelorette
women have
parties,
bachelorette party, which are
but-
lame, by the way.
Yeah, the bachelor party is the men's.
That's
shower.
like stealing it. That's like, yeah, you can't do that. That's like imposter party.
Yes.
Yeah, it's lame.
Speaking of lame, let's go to a commercial.
How are you? Can I help you? Of course I can help you. What kind of car are you looking for? I have used cars. Okay, I got red ones, blue ones, green ones. What do you want? You want the green one? Okay, yeah. I need a car to replace mine. Oh, your car? Yeah, that one sucks. You don't need that. You should get this car. It's $15,000. Oh, no, you don't need that one. You need this car. It's $45,000. All right, sign on the dotted line. Great, thanks. Wow, you're a really good salesman. Thank you. Here you go. Here's a $45,000 car right there. You're done. Who do you work for again? Autotrader.com.
And we're back.
We're back.
We're back. Yes, we are. All right. So, as we mentioned earlier, our buddy Cages, who's not able to be with us today because he's with his family in Cape Cod.
Probably watching TV.
I wouldn't be surprised at all. They
drive 3 hours south to watch TV.
Well, no, he drives with them to watch TV.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
But no, so some fans have a good rapport with him. They like him.
Yeah, we've had he's has some lady fans. That's all I have to say. There have been some females that have expressed their love for Kevin.
There have been more than two, anyways.
Yeah.
So, but he actually got some hate mail recently, which I found to be pretty amusing, considering neither of us have really gotten too many yet.
Well, I've gotten a little bit, I think.
A little bit, but so this one was pretty funny. It said, I'm not quoting exactly, but it was somewhere along the lines of, big fan of the show, except I'm never jumping on the Cages bandwagon. And if he ever needs to check his ego, let him know that although he's made a few friends, he's made some enemies too.
I know that they talk like he has an ego problem. He just says like 3 words a podcast. Like how? Where's the ego coming from? I'm not sure.
I don't know. It's probably coming from your constant praise of him during the show with him here.
Well, I just think he's hilarious. He says the most ridiculous things, but he's not joking. He's serious, and that makes it all the more funnier because it's not intentional. The best comedy is the unintentional comedy. And Cages doesn't get half of the stuff he says.
That's true.
Like the guy who proposed in the broccoli outfit when he asked, well, it'd be different if it was the majors. It's like, no, Cages, you're an idiot. Like, overall, it's a stupid idea. It doesn't matter if it's a minor league game or a major league.
Well, I don't think he was being serious with that comment, though.
I think he was.
I don't think so. Davi, have you ever gotten any hate mail, or have you ever sent any hate mail?
No, people just rat on me.
Yeah? Oh, well, why don't you describe one of these situations in which you felt ratted upon?
There's actually a couple that I could bring up. One of them was at work last week.
What happened?
What happened? I was talking to somebody, and then I got one of the supervisors emailing me saying that I wasn't talking about work and to reduce the amount of, non-work related conversations on the floor.
You know what's funny? I got that same email.
Sounds familiar, doesn't it?
So what happened?
Nothing. I kept talking.
I hate work dorks. People who actually enforce that. Like they actually put in complaints to their supervisor.
I know, right?
Well, it's funny. Like where we work, our supervisors and their managers and the managers of them walk by us all the time when we're talking. They don't say anything. They just walk by. But someone actually complained about us talking for less than 2 minutes, and it's
called jealousy.
I believe that's the case.
I mean,
we're too good for them, John.
The thing I hate is you're all adults. Why don't I feel like I'm in middle school or something? Yeah, it's one thing if that's all you're doing all day long and you're distracting people, but if you're just taking a quick break, asking someone how their weekend's going, small talk.
I do try to distract people though by very loud music.
I can hear his music through his headphones through my headphones.
I was actually telling him today that it's not loud enough. I need an amplified headphones now.
Your hearing's just going. Actually, in certain countries like iPods, in France, they can't go above in America, what would be 60% the top level. They can't go above that because people are going deaf because of iPods.
I'm sure it's because of iPods.
Why would we blame a product if it's the user?
That's a good thought.
Maybe we should tell that to Truth Tobacco ads. Blame the user, not the product.
Well,
because I hate those ads.
Nobody's forcing it on you. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's true.
Unless you had to turn your volume up because Davi's is way too loud.
I can usually tolerate it. But he does listen to an odd mix of music.
What do you listen to at work?
1 minute I'll hear Lady Gaga, the next minute I'll hear Johnny Cash.
Sounds about right.
Wow, that goes together pretty well.
He just puts on his weird Android radio and whatever
Slacker
comes up.
radio,
Yeah,
yeah.
whatever comes up, comes up.
That's like eating like a steak and then on the side having like
Shrimp?
Ice cream.
No, having like vegan, like all natural soy, whatever.
Speaking of vegan and
No,
all
that would be
natural,
considered sick.
yes.
Just saying.
Speaking of vegan and all natural soy, we saw an article about who was almost Han Solo.
Oh yeah.
And well, there's a few people who almost got the role of Han Solo, which was surprising to us.
My favorite character in the Star Wars saga.
Yeah, he's pretty good. Harrison Ford pulled it off very well. But some people who almost got the role, one of them was Sylvester Stallone, which would have ruined Star Wars, potentially.
He has to go. Now I have like my pantheon of horrible actors that have made a ton of money. I think Stallone needs to go up there. He can go
probably number one.
Him and
right to the top.
Him and Costner, Nick Cage. Who else? So we had quite a few guys up there one day we were talking about. But he's a terrible actor, Stallone. Like, he's really bad.
But imagine him as Han Solo. You can't understand a word he's saying. You're flying through space. There's nothing like ducks and crops, boy.
That's why they created subtitles.
Like, you'd understand the Wookiee better than him.
I think he'd be a good alien in that movie, but not. But he'd be speaking English though. You know?
Will he?
He'd be like that guy who tries to fight Luke in the bar.
Yeah.
He doesn't like you.
Although, one Stallone movie I am looking forward to is The Expendables.
That movie, I think, will be magnificently terrible.
Yeah, that's...
But I am excited, and Cage's he lit up when I told him that one of the characters from Dexter is the bad guy in The Expendables. Cage's was so excited.
Maybe all our listeners hate Cage's because they're sick of Dexter.
I don't know. It's hard to get sick of Dexter once you start.
I just don't like the name Dexter. It kind of pisses me off.
I can see that.
I think of like that cartoon Dexter.
I was just gonna say, is there a cartoon named Dexter?
The science kid on I think of that when I think Dexter. I don't think serial killers.
And it's funny. Another character another actor who was almost Han Solo was our hero Christopher Walken.
Has he ever played like an actual like? And besides A View to the Kill, James Bond, has he played like a leading role or not leading?
In Batman Returns, he was the bad guy.
No, he wasn't. DeVito was. He was the Penguin.
No, he was the bad guy with the Penguin.
Was he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bet me right now.
No,
Bet me right now.
fine,
Catwoman kills him at the end. What was that? Oh, okay. Anyways, I thought you were pulling a Frenchie for a second.
No,
but yeah. Anyways, Christopher Walken was in that. But imagine him as Han Solo.
Christopher Walken.
Flying through space isn't like dust and crops, boy.
He'd have like I need more cowbell. He was in that skit, right? I think he was.
Yes,
yeah.
That's what he's most known for.
Yeah, he was also in Balls of Fury.
Yeah, but he's in everything.
Kind of like Steve Buscemi.
Except Christopher Walken's awesome. And he has an Oscar for supporting actor in Deer Hunter. Excellent film.
Wait, really?
Yeah. That movie's great. Him and De Niro, and he stole the show from De Niro.
I gotta see that because I personally think Walken's a terrible actor.
I want you to get out of the studio right now.
He's really not that good. He's in movies for like 2 minutes, and he always is just some ridiculous role.
Some movies, but there's some movies where he's really good. Like even in like a crappy Adam Sandler movie like Click, he was an interesting character.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Yeah,
that movie did suck. That was terrible. The thing with Click is it started off as kind of funny, like the first 5 minutes. They made a bunch of references to other Adam Sandler movies, like the O'Doyles lived next door, and then just went all downhill. It was awful.
Yes.
Did you like that movie?
It was tolerable.
Hated it.
You hated it?
Yep.
Okay.
All I can say about it is I wish I had a remote like that.
Yeah, you could do a lot of interesting things in your life with a remote like that.
What would you fast forward through?
His marriage?
That would mean death, wouldn't it?
Well, that depends how long your marriage lasts, Davi. Which hopefully is death.
Hopefully.
I don't know if you could fast forward. If like say you had a remote and said, okay, it's like a disposable remote. You can only use it once. You could fast forward to anything you want. Where would you go to?
Would you go to or fast forward?
Or fast forward to whatever.
I don't know anywhere I'd specifically want to go. I know things I'd want to go through, but not somewhere I'd want a destination.
What would you want to go through?
Work.
Yeah, work sucks.
Or my commute to work.
Your commute's like 20 minutes.
Anybody's commute. No, nobody likes the commute to work.
I kind of actually don't mind mine, which is funny because it's an hour each way. I kind of like it. It's just kind of relaxing, I guess. I don't know. I just put the radio. I mean, don't get me wrong. If I could have a 2-minute drive, I'd rather have that. But it's kind of like I kind of just don't mind.
You could make it a 2-minute drive.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, work's okay, I guess. I don't know. Some days it sucks, but I don't know if I'd want to skip through all of it.
Well, you want to skip through sleeping until you wake up?
I think I would.
Even though you kind of skip through that anyways.
I think I would rewind back to college again.
Yeah, that you can just keep it there, have it on the A/B repeat.
Just rewind. Yeah, just rewind it, just TiVo it, just go back to move-in day of my freshman year. I guess
that day's not so fun.
Move-in day was hilarious for me. What are you talking about?
Okay.
There's a lot of interesting stories that I can't even probably talk about on this podcast.
But actually, speaking of dreams and sleeping, I had a weird dream last night.
Oh yeah, I bet you did.
Well, no. Actually, there were some interesting parts which I won't talk about, but the end was weird. Was I was walking through like the downtown of a town nearby, and there was some of those living statues who were there. You know
Ever since you saw that mime in Toronto, you're just obsessed with them now.
No, but there was one in my dream. There were two actually, and one was hanging sideways from a street pole, which that's a pretty damn impressive living statue. His body was completely straight.
Yeah.
So there was one there, and then there was another one on the ground, like normal one. And, like, there were people freaking out in the street. They're like, that one has a gun! And there was a cop there who's like, there's nothing I can do. They have a permit. And everyone was freaking out. And I just walked past them. But it was an interesting part. And I wanted to see what happened, but then I woke up.
I'm surprised the mimes, like, never robbed a bank. Like, they could just go out and do it and then just, like, pose. It would be, like, camouflage. Like, everyone would be like, oh, look at the mime.
But I don't get how some of these people can just be statues and stay so still for so long.
I'd be, like scratching my nuts every 10 seconds.
As soon as I try to do it, I'd become itchy, like, all over.
Yeah.
Hence his point.
Yeah.
Well, not just my nuts, everywhere.
It'd be cool if, like, a really hot girl was a mime, because then you kind of just look at her and not feel creepy. Be like, oh no, she's a mime.
Oh look, she's not moving. You're not even there.
Don't mind me. I'm just watching the entertainment.
Get some side shots.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like who would be a mime? Like, it's kind of like who would go to clown school and who would be a mime. Like, what?
Yeah, I don't know anybody personally.
I'm not sure if you have to go to school for that, though.
No, not to be a street vendor, really.
Some make a ton of money, street performers. Like, yeah. I heard, you know that, like, naked cowboy guy in Times Square? I heard he makes...
What?
He's like this, like, guy in a cowboy hat with a big acoustic guitar, and he just wears, I think, like, boxers. That's it. Like, every day, even in the winter. And people take their pictures with him and stuff. He's been there for, like, years.
Isn't that, like, somewhat of a... illegal?
Indecent exposure, but yeah. I guess he's decent enough.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, he's not completely naked. He has like boxers on, I think. But he makes, I heard, like $200,000 a year off just people that like drop like.
I think I'm going to go naked on.
Like, that's more money than I make like working insurance. Like, that's insane.
Just for standing in Times Square nearly naked.
I think I'll make more money than my dad if I'm having like 15 companies.
Just being like an idiot gets you more money.
I'll look at Johnny Knoxville.
There's a lot of things you could probably do to make a ton of money, but if you have any dignity, you just wouldn't. Like, I actually remember when I was a senior in college, I got like all these like recruiting letters, but it's funny because everyone was like dying to try to find a job, and they're all like, "Oh, we're hiring, like starting salaries like $80,000," but guess who it was for? Philip Morris. You'd be working like marketing for like tobacco.
You'd be like,
Hey, I would.
you'd be like that guy, and thank you for smoking.
I mean, if you can do it, if you have no problem at all doing that, then by all means, like, if that's your thing, you have no qualms about it, go ahead. But for me, it was just, and I'm not sure, I mean, like, I smoke cigars, so it's not like I'm totally anti-tobacco or anything. It's just, I don't think I could, if my job was to get people hooked on
Well, it's not.
tobacco, I don't think I could live with myself.
I don't think it's a matter of you trying to convince them to start smoking. It's more like, come to our brand instead. You already smoke, come to our brand.
Yeah.
Kind of
Well,
thing.
it's
It's
a
not
little-
like
it's a little bit of
smoking
both.
is good. No, it's like
Well, I think in the
our smoke is better than
And then there's
theirs.
also damage control when you try to say that it's not all the effects from that.
Well, in the United States, at least, that's the case. But a lot of tobacco companies in the U.S., where they're making all their money now is like poor countries in like Asia and Africa, because that's like the market now. It's
So
like,
do you blame them?
Do you remember when we were
They
growing
gotta
up?
smoke, you know.
I mean, that's the thing. That it's like you can make a ton of money doing things that I probably couldn't live with, but other people can. So
If memory
power
serves me
to 'em.
correctly, when we were younger, they had cigarette machines.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, I haven't seen those in
Yeah,
years.
I think they're illegal now.
Yeah, that makes sense. I don't know why they had them to begin with. Well, I mean, but it's like how in Japan they have beer machines, which they should have over here.
That's awesome.
They have
If
what?
they could,
They have beer vending machines.
yeah, let's move to Japan. How cool! Like, it'd be
Damn
cool
it.
if you could like swipe your like driver's license and then just get a nice cold beer.
Yeah, that'd be cool. And there would be a lot of people with getting fake licenses. Well, not that there aren't already.
I don't think they usually fake the magnetic strike though.
I know some people who
You can,
tried,
though. Yeah, you actually can. There are people who have been able to do it, and I know that because one of my roommates got arrested for having one. They can
Are
do
you sure
that.
it wasn't you?
No, it wasn't me. I'm dead serious. It wasn't. It was one of my roommates my junior year. He got his license suspended 6 months.
Oops.
I don't know if it was worth it, and it was like about 3 months before he turned 21 too.
Oh boy. All right. Looks like we have our second commercial break coming up, and Davi's very excited for it. We'll be right back.
But
So, are you interested in starting a podcast?
You know, get help from a professional.
If you go to voices.com, you can get help from professionals.
Learn more! And you won't look like someone with a funny nose. Voices.com! Voices.com!
Start a podcast.
Yo, AdrianWoon.com.
Ads by Google. All right, and we're back.
It could be a crackhead.
It could be a crackhead, or it could be Davi. All right.
okay.
All right, so Davi was talking earlier how he goes into Wendy's a lot, and he says they're definitely not going to give him free food. Now, I was wondering, have any of you guys been to a restaurant enough where you have a usual? Like, I'll have the usual.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I do too.
All right, why don't we discuss our usuals and the restaurant and how it came about?
Every Friday, my parents go to a country club for dinner, and normally I go with them if I'm not doing anything every Friday. We've had the same waitress for like 5 years, and it's every week, and we always talk to her, so she knows exactly that I love prime rib every Friday. So that's the special every Friday, so she just orders it for me. I don't even have to order it.
Sweet.
Yeah,
That's
it's
very handy.
It's fun. Yeah, no, it's good times. Although it sucks because occasionally I don't want it and it's there. It's still good, but it's like, oh, all right.
Okay.
Not her fault, but
Anything interesting you'd like to add along with that, or is that the extent of it?
that's about it. I mean, it's with my parents. It's not really fun.
Okay, yeah, true.
It's free food. Come on.
Yeah, free food is always favorable.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, how about you, Davi?
Subway.
Subway?
Yep, I used to go to Subway a lot because
Love
that's
Subway.
where I had lunch and dinner every day when I worked at Walmart. So I would just go every day, and they know exactly what I wanted, when I was gonna be there for it. It's always ready and nice and eat exactly the way I want it. I'm very picky about my food, so.
And you knew you had the price, your dollars ready every day. You knew exactly.
I've
how much
always
it would be?
paid card. I've
Yeah,
always swapped the
okay, that makes
plastic,
it easy.
You know,
'Cause
and I
what-
always had that point card too. I got to like 1,500 points once. That's how many.
Wow.
it was.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I fed off of it for like a while.
Isn't it like 100 points equals like a sandwich or
Actually,
something?
75 equals a foot long.
And you had 1,500?
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's a hungry guy right there.
Which was
It's like Jared.
Kind of made me a little sad because, you know, for every dollar you spend, you get a point. So if you think about it, I had that 1,500 points, and I've already used up a lot of points. So if I've never used it, I've got at least 2,000 points, and I'm like, God damn, I spent 2,000 points on this
Now,
place already.
were you
$2,000.
upset? Were you upset that you didn't get the same results that Jared got from eating so much at Subway?
No, it wasn't because I wasn't eating what he was eating. I was eating the good stuff.
Okay.
What's the good stuff? I always get the sweet onion chicken teriyaki. So.
I got that every once in a while. What the hell? My regular one would be steak and cheese, which this place actually always used the Philly steak, which is always better, with some Parmesan, lettuce, and ranch. That's it.
That
Nice.
sounds pretty good. That's
Yeah.
good usual.
Yeah.
One thing that I find funny is like at places like Dunkin' Donuts, whenever you order, they don't. 90% of the time, they don't tell you the price until you get to the window.
It's because
Most people are usuals.
Well, I used to work at Dunkin' Donuts. They never punch it into the computer until you get to the window. That's why.
That works
Really?
too. But a lot of people order the same thing every day, so they already
Right.
know what it'll be anyways.
Well, when I worked there, I saw like when I recognized cars, and by the time the person got the window or inside the store, they had all their coffees done and everything.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
I'm lucky there's no Dunkins on the way to my work because I'd easily spend the equivalent of 2,000 points at Subway.
Well, yeah, like I had this customer. He would come by every once in a while with a monkey in his car. He actually has 2 monkeys.
Are they big monkeys or small monkeys?
They're not small, but they're not big.
Like the little capuchin monkeys?
I don't know. They're pretty good
Did they
size.
wear diapers?
No, they didn't, which was odd.
Wait, you can get a monkey for a pet?
Apparently, yes.
That's awesome! I want one.
Well, your parents are away for a few weeks. They can come back and find a monkey in the house.
That'd be sick.
I don't think that'll go well, though.
Well, I want like a orangutan, like MVP. What was he?
I think he was a chimp.
Alright, I want a chimp. I don't want just a monkey. Although a chimp like killed a woman, didn't it?
I'll-
Did it like beat her face in, that woman?
Pretty much
It was
any
on the
animal
news.
can kill another
Yeah.
person.
Yeah. But anyway, so back to the monkey.
So yeah, this guy, he would actually buy always. It was a large. I remember until today. It was large iced coffee, extra, cream and sugar, and he would come by 4 to 5 times every day.
I don't know how much of that he gave to
Yeah,
his
the same
monkeys.
thing. I don't know how much he gave. Well, sometimes he actually gave the monkeys what the hell are they called? Munchkins. You give them munchkins, and they would eat like crazy. Of course, I wouldn't hand it to the goddamn monkeys because they're monkeys.
Yeah, they like
Put it in
stick
a
their
bag and
hands
give it
up
to the
their
guy like for
butt.
free because we used to throw so much food away.
Oh, it's.
that
I
was
heard.
like-
I've talked to people that worked at Dunkin's too, and they say it's like depressing. It like
Yeah.
if you're closing shop, they just throw out like 100 donuts.
Oh, sometimes even more. Like we used to use the like the 50-gallon contractor bags, 4 or 5 of them a night,
Of donuts.
full of donuts,
Oh,
bagels,
man.
everything.
Why
The
do they
reason
make so
was,
many donuts and bagels?
Technically, it's still good, but they don't want the liability of giving it away.
Are you allowed to like bring them home?
I used to bring a little bagels.
Would you get in trouble? Would you get in trouble if you did that, or no? Are you not supposed to bring them?
Well, not really.
Because
you're not
my
really-
buddy did too.
Yeah,
He brought
you're
home
not
a ton.
supposed to get anything for free.
Right. The
But-
best part is if you go to Dunkin's, there's a few times I've been to Dunkin's, like the 24-hour ones, like
Mm-hmm.
late, like I'm talking like 3:30 in the morning, and I'll order one donut, and the girl will say like, "I'll give you like 6 for like."
Because
for
those
free.
are old. They're
That's
coming
the
up
thing.
with the new ones
Yeah.
at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, that's
so.
what she would say. She's like, if you want, I'd go to the window. She's like, I put one in here, but I'll be honest with you, we're getting rid of like all of these, and there was like
Yeah.
a ton of them. I mean, that's
One thing that was
depressing.
like really, I didn't like, it was pretty nasty, was we always kept the muffins. into like the cheese danishes and all that stuff, and I was like, that's kind of disgusting. I'm glad I don't eat that stuff.
That kind of
I
reminds
always kept it overnight. Sometimes it will last like 3 or 4 days because nobody eats danishes and muffins.
Well, that kind of reminds me of the Seinfeld with the muffin tops, where they cut the muffin tops off the muffins and gave them to bums. But to close out the segment, the regular that I used to get was before my senior year of high school. Me and my former girlfriend would go to McDonald's before school every day for about a month or so.
It's kind of gross.
And I'd have it is, but I'd have hotcakes and an orange juice every day.
I like hotcakes.
And that was my regular.
Yeah, hotcakes are good.
Then we broke up and stopped going. So
Then you met Melissa?
A little while later, yes. But
Oh.
but me and Melissa didn't go to McDonald's every day.
Every other day.
Just every other day, that's all.
Exactly.
It's actually funny because when we went on our trip to Toronto, it was probably like I love fast food. I think it's awesome. Like it's
quite delicious.
I really enjoy it, but I've never ate like 4 days straight of it, and it was just like
I have.
And it was funny because like when I came home, I was like, that was awesome, and then the next day I was like, oh no.
Yeah, my stomach doesn't have negative reactions at this point.
No, just like when I worked at Walmart. I started working there in April. Until I quit in February of the next year, I ate at Subway every single day that I was in that place.
Yeah.
Like your stomach gets used to it, but it's like sometimes like my wife goes out like, oh, let's go to Subway. I'm like, oh no. Let's not go to Subway.
Well, after that noise Davi just made, I think we need to go on a break.
Esses cachorros estão pedindo pra eu falar em português, esse pato.promise.com. Mas eles não param de me encher o saco. Então vocês, seus cachorros, vocês levam pra ela vai tomar conta dos cachorros.
That is how we speak in Jersey. What were you saying about the dogs?
Eles vão estar...
Can you say it again?
Eles vão estar muito seguros com ela. PodPodPromise.com.
Thank you.
Wow, that was a great commercial for Pot of Pop Promise.
Our first in a foreign language.
That's true.
So for
Let's
all
not
our
talk about that.
for all our Brazilian and Portuguese listeners, that one was for you.
And we actually have no idea what was being said.
It could have been the most.
the whole plan.
It could have been the most horrible stuff known to man. Could have been said, but
Perhaps that should have been bleeped out. We don't know.
we really don't know.
But hopefully Apple doesn't know either.
Well, we don't know, so I guess that's as long.
Yeah, we're more important.
Yeah.
So,
time to wrap it up with some recommendations.
yeah, we'll be finishing the show now. So, yeah, our last episode with the YouTube recommendations, that was pretty big hit, which we'll get back to soon. But for this episode, I think we'll be doing TV shows. So, Eric, do you want to start us off with a TV show you'd like to recommend that our viewers watch?
One of my favorite TV shows growing up, The Cosby Show, with Bill Cosby.
Or what other Cosby would be in it?
That's a very good point. I don't think there's any other famous guy with the last name Cosby.
There's like there's a few Crosbys.
Yeah, like Bing Crosby or
Sidney Crosby.
Sidney Crosby, but no, just Cosby.
No.
he I don't know, Bill Cosby, he's a good time. Jello Pudding Pops and Cosby Show and good stuff. Did you watch The Cosby Show growing up?
I've seen a few episodes, and yeah, whenever someone's voice cracks, I refer to them as being Theo. That's his son on the show.
Yeah, I know. Theo Huxtable. Yeah, I know.
Theo Huxtable, yeah. It's funny that it's called The Cosby Show, but none of the characters in the show are called Cosby. Like, it should have been called, like, The Huxtables or something.
And then what's funny is that, like, 15 years later, from, like, there was only 2 seasons, I think, it was just called Cosby. And it had Felicia Rashad, who played the same wife, on the Cosby Show, and of course Bill Cosby, but they weren't the Huxtables, even though it was the same mom and dad, same exact people, and it was just called Cosby, and Dougie Fresh lived with them. It was awful. It was only on for like 2 seasons.
I don't know who Dougie Fresh is.
He was in Cool Runnings.
I'm guessing he's fresh.
Possible.
Yeah.
It could have been, but it could be like one of those people, like a tall guy whose name is Tiny. Could have been like that.
I have a sergeant called Small. He's the biggest guy I've ever seen.
Exactly. So you never know with some people's names. Some of them could be tricky.
Yeah.
And some of them could be a girl with a mustache. You don't know. But, alright, Davi, what show are you going to recommend?
Out of the current ones, I would say probably Entourage on HBO.
That's a pretty funny show.
Yeah. I think the best one ever, though, is still The Sopranos.
Okay. So, which one are you recommending? Are you on the sly recommending both?
It depends. It really depends. If you're willing to go back like 100 seasons and watch the best show ever, definitely The Sopranos. But if you want to just, start watching something, Entourage is definitely the way to go.
I know The Sopranos is also on, I can't remember which channel it is, but it's heavily edited.
A&E or
Yeah,
ABC.
I think it's A&E,
yeah.
but it's heavily edited.
It is.
Would you not recommend they watch it on that channel?
Hell no.
Need the violent version?
No, like, go either HBO, sometimes they do the on-demand versions and they make everything available. Or just go to your nearest Netflix. Either Netflix or your nearest rental place and just rent it all out.
That makes
That
sense.
is the best series ever.
What makes it? Is it like the Godfather of TV?
It is the Godfather of TV.
I love the
I'd
Godfather.
definitely say so.
Okay, very nice.
It's a funny, it's got its action, it's got its drama, it's got its comedy, it's got everything that a TV show should have, and again produced by HBO, so it's really good.
Very nice. So I'll make my recommendation, a show that was on NBC for many years, which is Third Rock from the Sun.
I knew you were going to say that.
He knew I was going to say.
I knew it.
And
I know why.
I could have said Seinfeld. Seinfeld's very good. I'm not saying it just because of Joseph Gordon-Levitt, because John Lithgow was a much bigger part of the show than he was. And Third Rock from the Sun was just a very funny show. It was about a family of aliens who was studying Earth and how awkward they were learning our customs.
And Alex Mack was in a bunch of episodes, too.
Was she?
Yeah, she was Joseph Gordon-Levitt's girlfriend.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And then they were also on 10 Things I Hate About You.
Yep. I forgot that was her.
Yep. And then also, the other guy was, who's the guy who had like...
French Stewart?
French Stewart, that's right, yeah.
I'm French Stewart, and my eyes are always really closed.
Yeah, there was French Stewart. Who else?
He was funny, though.
That show actually had kind of like an all-star cast. And the mom, who was she? The girl.
There was no... The girlfriend?
The wife, whatever she was. She was...
Dr. Albright, Jane Curtin.
Yeah.
She used to be on Saturday Night Live. She was on the Coneheads.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that show kind of had a pretty good cast on it, come to think of it.
That was a hilarious show. It was like an American show with British humor. And I don't normally care for British humor, but it was Americanized British humor.
Yeah.
So it was funny.
No, it was good. I remember I used to watch that with my parents.
And it was like a smart comedy that also had its silly moments, but it was overall a great show. And the earlier seasons when they were still adapting to life on Earth was the best. Once they got adapted, it was less funny.
Yeah.
But quality shows. Good recommendations.
I never watched either one of you guys, so.
Well, we just recommended it to our fans. We're recommending it to you, Davi.
Maybe. Probably not.
Alright.
I got a wife to attend to.
Oh, you and your wife go watch it. That could be a good family activity.
No, she's got her True Blood and all her vampire crap.
Oh, she's into vampires?
Yep.
Oh, man, that sucks.
She watches all the Vampire Twilight, True Blood. I'll say, I've gone to the theaters a few times with her to actually watch Twilight. It's not that bad a movie. But really, watching... everything, watching at home, True Blood and the gates and this and that.
Wait, so
actually,
you get tired of
the
it.
vampires in Twilight, do they kill each other or no? Or are they just like...
Guess what? I'm a vampire, and I live forever, and I love you, but I can't love you.
do the vampires eat humans in that movie, or no? Because we were trying to figure that out last episode.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I
So
knew
what's
it.
the
See,
point?
I knew it.
What's the
That's
point?
what yeah. It was just like she had to choose to become one, right? Is that what it was?
And something along the lines that she wants to be one, they don't want her to be one.
See, I told you they don't kill each other.
And she falls in love with the vampire and coyote, whatever the hell he is.
Actually, Davi, if you want to recommend a good vampire movie,
movie?
There's one on Netflix called Let the Right One In. It's in subtitles. It's
That
Swedish.
sounds very wrong.
Yeah, that's what I said. It sounds like a porno.
wrong, but it is a good vampire movie, and they're making an American version called Let Me In, which also sounds wrong, but it's starring I can't remember her name. I knew it last time.
It's alright, I don't remember her face. Anyways.
She was Hit Girl in Kick-Ass, if you've seen that movie.
No.
But anyway, Chloe Moretz, that's her name. Good movie. It should be a good movie.
I don't watch vampire movies anymore.
Well, it sounds like you do.
Besides Twilight.
All right, but
I gotta make sure my wife is behaving.
Oh yeah, so
All those trips to the movie theater.
watching
right?
vampires getting it on. That's the best way to do it.
They don't get it on. What are you talking about?
I thought, but they want to get it on.
Well, she wants it. He doesn't.
What the hell? That is pretty backwards.
Yeah, that's kind of the opposite. Usually, last time I checked.
Supposedly he can't control himself.
Actually, it's funny, one of our coworkers, whose name I shall not say, his significant other kind of has an Edward perfume so she could smell how Edward smells if he was a real person or real vampire.
What does it smell like?
It probably smells like crap. I don't know.
Well, a very, very, very old man.
Like,
Smells like my very fat grandfather.
like who would buy that? Who?
It's just like skunk musk or
Apparently
something.
our co-worker's girlfriend.
Who's-
Hello.
Like how? Who'd come up with that in a board meeting? That you know what? We should come up with Edward's smell.
Actually,
and market
I'm
it
gonna
to
go
girls.
get some now. I'm a single guy, so
They
I'm gonna
come
go
up
get some
with
chicks.
Twilight candy. Come on.
They have Twilight candy.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know.
No, they have Harry
They
Potter
have Twilight
candy too.
everything. Right. They have
The Harry
everything
Potter,
of
like
everything.
every bean, whatever they're called,
I don't know.
the gumdrops, whatever he eats.
I've never seen Harry
Couldn't tell you.
Potter. I don't care about that crap.
I don't care about that crap.
I'm the only one. with
I can say
balls.
that I've kind of watched Harry Potter. Like I've gotten 5 minutes every once in a while in each movie. Like if you're flipping through the channels, sometimes I go like watch 5 minutes. I'm like, all right, I'm done with it. So I would say I probably got about 20 minutes on each movie so far. I have a pretty good idea what happens in the movie. You know, the kid is like in love with this girl, and you know he's a magician. He finds out he's a magician. I've seen the chess part. That you know he's playing chess.
He's a magician.
In Brazil, what does magician mean? I think you need to watch it more than 20 minutes.
So you should make your own Harry Potter, rip it off, and make him a magician.
So he's like Jesus, you're saying.
We had witches, we have vampires, now we have magicians.
So he does magic tricks. He performs for people. That's what he's going to school for. It's like clown college, but for magic.
And he flies.
And he flies.
With the broom.
But it's all magic.
I've seen that scene too. When he
So it's
plays
not
whatever
illusions.
game.
It's the full magic.
Right. I've seen the part when he plays all the the games and stuff like that. And I don't know, the end probably, I don't know, I'm guessing he wins whatever fight he's battling. And
Does he picks the right, like, ace of clubs or something?
no,
He saws them in half.
he just uses the right hand and pulls it right out.
I think that's the next craze to catch on. Some marketing executive who downloaded our podcast by accident in New York City is probably going to be driving to work one day and he hears our rant about magicians and how he's going to make a ton of money because of us.
He's going to make a Harry Potter magician movie.
I hope he crashes his car if that happens.
He'll probably call him like Harold, like Hanner.
Actually, speaking of funny names for Harry Potter, in Russia they don't have an H sound for whatever reason. I don't know. I don't know how they laugh in Russia because when you laugh you got to go ha ha, but they don't.
Well, they don't laugh in Russia.
They say
true.
hee 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 hee.
No, there's still an H in he he he.
True.
But anyways, for Harry Potter they call him Gary Potter. I think that's kind of funny.
That's
Maybe
pretty gay.
Yeah.
Not in the gay sense of the word, but you know.
If they took out the R, it would say Gay Potter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gay Potter. That sounds like another porno. Let Me In or whatever it was called.
I think Gary Potter sounds more of a porno than Gay Potter.
Yeah.
Here, Gay Potter and the Sorcerer's Stones.
How many Harry Potter movies are there? Anyway?
There's 7
about
books. And
15.
they're making 8 movies. They're making the last one into 2 movies.
Oh, that's not to make more money.
It's so
or
big
anything.
that they can't fit it into one movie, or that they want to stretch it out and make more money.
Because it's thicker.
Davi's not afraid to take a thick one.
Hell no.
Oh yeah.
Inside joke. Just inside joke.
For my next
Thick one's
trick.
inside. That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I guess that's about it, huh?
Yeah, that should wrap it up for
Should
this
wrap
one.
it up. So, thanks for listening, everybody.
Yeah, I guess I'd like to thank Davi for coming in, and we hope to see you again before your deployment. And Eric.
Dude, you work with me. You're going to see me every day.
Well, we'd like to see you in the studio before
Oh,
then.
okay. We'll see about that.
All right,
We need some more Portuguese commercials.
And we'd like to thank our listeners for listening and downloading. Our website's finally working and keeping track of people who download on the site, which is good. And we know we have plenty of iTunes listeners, so thank you. And I'd thank you guys more if you sent in some listener mails, so get on that. Eric, yell at your listeners, because I know we have some different factions out there.
Hurry up. She actually said she was writing a big letter.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
So we'll see.
All right, so
The cat is reading a book.
Oh boy, Eric, I'd like to thank you.
Oh, thank you.
And I'd like to thank me, because without us, this show wouldn't be possible. So, all right, let's.
Catch your shoes.
All right, so. All right, let's just wrap it up.
All right, au revoir.
Goodbye.
No, Davi, say goodbye in Portuguese.
It's just like Spanish. Ciao.
Good enough. All right, das vidania.
Oh, pants down.